challenge of apocalyptic times. Even if this means sounding apocalyptic. You are Whitman. You are Poe. You are Mark Twain. You are Emily Dickinson and Edna St. Vincent Millay. You are Neruda. You are an American or a non-American. You can conquer the conquerors with words. You would be a poet, write living newspapers, be a reporter from outer space, filing dispatches to some supreme managing editor who believes in full disclosure and has a low tolerance for bullshit. You would be a poet. Experiment with all manner of poetics, erotic, broken grammars, ecstatic religions, heathen outpourings, speaking in tongues, bombast public speech, automatic scribbling, surrealist sensing, streams of consciousness, found sounds, rants and raves to create your own limbic, your own underlying voice. If you call yourself a poet, don't just sit there. Poetry is not a sedentary occupation, not a take-your-seat practice. Stand up and let them have it. Have wide-angle vision. Each look a world glance. Express the vast clarity of the outside world, the sun that sees us all, the moon that strews its shadows on us. Quiet garden pounds, willows where the hidden thrust sinks, dusk falling alone in the river run, and the great spaces that open out upon the sea, high tide and the heron's call. And the people, yes, all around the earth, speaking babble tongues, give voice to them all. You must decide if bird cries are cries of ecstasy or cries of despair, by which you will know you are a tragic or a lyric poet. If you would be a poet, discover a new way for mortals to inhabit the earth. If you would be a poet, invent a new language anyone can understand. If you would be a poet, speak new truths that the world can't deny. If you would be a poet, strive to transcribe the consciousness of the race. Through art, create order out of the chaos of living. Make it news, right beyond time. Reinvent the idea of truth. Reinvent the idea of beauty. In first light, wax poetic. In the night, wax tragic. Listen to the lisp of leaves and the ripple of rain. Put your ear to the ground and hear the turning of the earth and surge of the sea and the laments of dying animals. Conceive of love beyond sex. Question everything and everyone, including Socrates, who questioned everything. Question God and his buddies on earth. Be subversive, constantly questioning reality and the status quo. Strive to change the world in such a way that there's no further need to be a dissident. Give a voice to the tongueless street. Make common words uncommon. Have a lover's quarrel with man's fate. Kiss the mirror and write on it what you see and hear. Poet, be God's spy if God exists. Painter, paint his eye if he is one. Be a dart before the tents of existence. See the rose through world-colored glasses. Be an eye among the blind. Dance with the wolves and count the stars, including the ones whose light hasn't got yet. You can never see or hear or feel too much if you can't stand it. Strive to recover the innocence of I you had in childhood. Composed on the tongue, not on the page. Like a Buddhist, listen to your own breathing. Lower your voice and speak from your chest, not through your nose. When performing your poetry, don't try to shatter windows to take a zip code. Is this art? You have no singing master. Save your inner ear. You are only as great as your ear. Too bad if it is tin. As with humans, poets have fatal flaws. Sing hello. Write an endless poem about your life on earth or elsewhere. a poetry larger than life. One great poem should be born of the sum of all your poems. Recordings more than surface reality, more than what's passing by the window. Find the further reality if there is one. Your language must sing with or without rhyme. To justify it being in the topography of poetry, make it more than spoken words. Make it sung word. Back up your voice with a musical instrument or other sound and let your poems blossom into song. Secretly liberate any being you see in a cage. Liberate have-nots and enraged despots. Sound of arborist yarp over the roofs of the world. Caw at the great caw. Sow your poems with the salt of the earth. Stand up for the stupid and the crazy. See eternity in the eyes of animals. See eternity not the other night, but tonight. Express the inexpressible. Don't be too arcane for the man in the street. Be a songbird, not a parrot. Be a canary in the coal mine. A dead canary is not just an ornithological problem. Be also a rooster, waking up the world. Write short poems in the voice of birds. Birdsong is not made by machines. Give your poems wings to fly to the treetops. Don't pander, especially not to audiences, readers, editors, or publishers. Don't cater to the middle mind of America, nor to consumer society. Be a poet, not a huckster. Don't put down the scholastics who say a poem should have wholeness, harmony, radiance, truth, beauty, goodness. Go to the sea in ships or work near water and paddle your own boat. Dare to be a non-violent, poetic guerrilla and anti-hero. Temper your most intemperate voice with compassion. Make new wine out of the grapes of wrath. Remember that men and women are infinitely ecstatic, infinitely suffering beings. Raise the blinds. Throw open your shuttered windows. Raise the roof. Unscrew the locks from the doors. But don't throw away the screws. Don't destroy the world unless you have something better to replace it. Be committed to something outside yourself. Trust yourself.